Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hi, how is everybody doing? And today, as you see, it's finally digital art time. Oh my god, it feels like I haven't been touching anything digital in like a month. So hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today is the last Tuesday of the month, so you know the drill. It is my followers know best follower raffle. So if you're a follower or a subscriber on YouTube or a follower on Twitch, you can come to the chat and order me around pretty much and request some free art from me. So this is my way to say thank you for the people who are like deciding to spend their evening with me. But if it won't make it, you know, sometimes some days are slow and sometimes there are no followers. Sometimes there are like the followers are absolutely dry for ideas, and and because of it, I usually opt to draw whatever. And today's whatever is this Mermay picture with my two C's, which I actually have not drawn as mermaids together, unless you count the picture from Sam's coloring book that I did on April Fool's last year. Unless you count that, yes, then I drew them as mermaids, but not as like truly like with all the details, you know, with all the details, all the accessories. Hi, Milo. Yes, you want a chewy stick? Yeah. So I decided to do this like properly, like with proper designs, you know. And to use references. Here is the wonderful background picture made by Sam at Sam B Stock on Blue Sky, and of course wonderful poses by Adorka Stock. Yes, I flipped this, but okay, there are still like old watermarks, but this is by Adorka Stock, absolute OG of like pose references. So so I roughly, credit where it's due, transparency where it's due, I roughly traced, transformed, and flipped, transformed, rotated, and slightly traced the poses, but of course replaced the legs with tails. So we have like a very nice like picture. I decided to do this on square canvas because why not? Why the heck not? So so we have my boy Nest, my girl Addie, as mermaids swimming together. Like, what else? Like, speaking of being dry of ideas, I am dry of ideas right now. I want to like relax for a moment. I have a very stressful day tomorrow, and I have a lot of errands, to do. I took PTO for that, and I also have like a thing I want to do like in clay. So I really want to like start doing it like tomorrow. And then on Thursday it will be a special stream, but about this later. So this is like the sketches. So usually I either with this kind of with the sketches that are in that quality, I usually go straight to inking. But I don't think I have figured out the proper the way their fins are supposed to look like. So let me add another layer and sketch their fins a little bit. Because I know I want to add these like side fins. I know I want to add these like side fins, Sometimes I like seeing them, sometimes I don't like seeing them, and I want to have like a seamless transition between the human part and the fish part. I really don't like the Little Mermaid, the Disney's Little Mermaid approach, when it's like a very stark, contrast. Like, I like when it's like, it's a fantasy creature. We need to have like more fantasy, like creeping in and like having scales like closer. I've seen people doing scaly boobs, and on some characters I like them. On my characters, I don't know if they would work, if scaly boobs would work. So yeah, no scaly boobs, but there will be scales going like from waist down pretty much. So yeah. So for Addie, I think Addie should have like a slightly longer fins. I don't know. I think it would like correlate well with her like long hair, and also I think it would be like maybe a little bit jagged, like with some holes and stuff, because Addie is like Addie would absolutely like pick up trash from the bottom of the from the like bottom of the sea to like collect seashells, do some collect trinkets, make like make bracelets and make all sorts of accessories with them. And I think given her backstory, while she's like absolutely without guidance, so she's absolutely off the rails when it comes to like uh, being in the control and stuff. So I want to show it and add a little bit like of damage to the fins, like to show that hey, like she has it rough. She has it rough, She has no one but herself to like count on. So I think it would work to have like some longer, shorter holes, in this like in this material. I don't know how it's called in English. Like it's kind of a film, But yeah, and Nest on the other side, Nest seems so naked for me right now. It's because he doesn't have glasses right now. But I am like thinking really hard. How could I make glasses? I know it's fantasy creatures and stuff, but I still want to add a little bit of believability, a little bit of element that will make everything believable. So for me, like regular glasses, I don't know how they would, like, of course, like the wavelength would like go through through the glass just fine, like swimming glasses are a thing, but yeah, but I still want to like get his essence, but I don't know how to do this without glasses. And I was thinking of maybe making a glasses made of sea glass, but sea glass is foggy usually, especially like the old sea glass. Old sea glass is foggy, so if I did it, like you make sure like you wouldn't see his eyes at all, like. So I'm like, I don't know. I could add. I don't know what else I could add. You should like. I drew Nest in mermaid form 3 times, like counting this time, 3 times already, and in none of the forms he had glasses. So I am thinking what to do. Because I like the like more the fact that he has like less jagged fins, showing showing that he has family, someone to take care of him, and stuff. But yeah, I am thinking what to add for the. Yeah, so I am thinking, and I'm at loss. Maybe a tie of some kind, but what kind of tie would fit and would not be like, oh yeah, it is just human tie? No, it has to make sense in the universe. So what kind of, yeah, and this is a problem when you're swimming through like many objects, stuff that is hanging around your neck is usually not a good idea if you still want to have your neck intact, you know. So yeah. especially something that can like very tightly go around your neck if like pulled like a tie. Um, so I'm thinking. I like the pose, but maybe he should be like holding something. Maybe he should be holding glasses. But I don't know what kind of glasses. Should I go like the old like? Should I go for the modern vibe, like the glasses he has, or should I go for the like uh, round glasses, the old-timey round glasses that you see, like it would be like from like 18th, 19th century, you know? Should it be like this? Let me think. Maybe he found them on the also found them on the bed, on the, you know, on the seabed, and, you know, realized that, oh, I actually need those. Maybe it is the origin story, and, you know, or maybe, you know, I'm thinking out loud. I am really thinking out loud. What kind of neck adornment would not cause decapitation? And would not cause sudden decapitation? These are the real questions I'm asking. You know, we are asking serious questions here. So this is the question I am asking, and I'm thinking really hard. Like, Nest is not fancy enough to actually have like this kind of like collar with this like poofy thing, and he's also not that fancy to wear like the apron, and it's absolutely not in the culture to have him wear the sailor collar. Like absolutely not. Like these are like I think these are like off the cuffs. Uh, I think I'm digging the glasses ideas more, and it will make sense that why I drew his hand being like this, even though the ref like had his hand going backwards, but when I drew it, it looks strange. So I decided, you know what, creative liberties, you know. So it would make sense to actually like have him hold his glasses like like this. But I still think there is something missing. There is something missing. I have no idea what. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should find to not overload my computer. I will go to the interwebs on my phone and find, because I've seen like in fantasy mermaids like wearing like string of pearls and stuff. I don't think Nest is a guy who would wear string of pearls. At least not like out. At least like not like so outwardly. Uh, so yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I get like a lot of like very like masculine necklaces, like, you know, from eBay and stuff. Although a handkerchief, a bandana, but tied like this, a little bit more loose, looks more like a tie. So not like really like, you know, like threads from Scooby-Doo's, but a little bit more loose. I see like this like style of, you know, wearing a bandana. And I think this very loose. It has to be loose AF. So I think if it's very loose, I think it would work. So let's do this. Let me, of course, do it on a separate layer. Wait, how it was tied? Okay, so it went from this. Oh, of course, I need to also I need to take into the consideration that he's going like, take into consideration the flow. So he, like the water is going like pushing he this way, and he's also moving this way, like going like this. So because this is like an object not attached to his body, only like hanging, you know, by his neck, it should be like going like this. Let me think for a moment. Let me turn on the opacity. I don't know. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. I thought it was a good idea, but probably not. Let me Control Z the heck out of it. Would just the glasses be okay? Probably. Probably they will. If not, I will decide. I will think about this, and I will decide later if, you know, there is anything missing, you know, from here. So yeah, so let's maybe go on and start with the. Does this layer have has anything? No. Does this layer have anything? No. So I'm eating this and okay. And going with my inking brush and going to ink. So also, let me tell you the story, because I wanted to, well, EA decided to give like a massive update to The Sims 4. And I'm like, oh hell no, I don't want to like update my mods. You know, I was in the mood for, what was I in mood for? I was in a mood for some drawing, so I needed my references for the comic, because actually actually there is the last page. We're inside the school, and we're going outside the school finally. You know, about time, Nina. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I actually did not take a picture of the I actually did not take a picture of like this particular angle on the corridor in front of the principal's office. So I was like, well, crap, I need to load the game in offline mode and actually like take a pictures. Yeah. And in the meantime, because it was already like a couple days after like this big update, and it was since then another update. Like, how many updates will this game get? I have no idea, and I'm already like pissed about this. And also, I was preparing to, for the premiere of Paralives yesterday. And I was like, well, crap. In order to get Paralives on Steam, I need to go online mode on Steam. And I'm like, crap. I need to, like, sooner or later, go into online mode. So I decided to spend my last weekend to sort out everything when it comes to The Sims 4. So, because I know the moment I go online on Steam and would like to go to The Sims and take the pictures for the comic, I would hit the update. I would hit the big update and possibly break all my saves and stuff. And my beauty save is there, the save with all my OCs and my, with all my OCs and buildings and sets, etc. So I'm like, well, crap. I actually need to wait for the update to load, actually update the game, then disable the mods, check if everything's working, I toggle the mods back, check if all of it is working, and in the meantime find which mods are broken and which are not broken. Thankfully, nothing. I don't have too many mods for The Sims 4 because I know that updating this game with all the mods is a hassle, and I don't use CardsForge, so I do everything like by hand. So I'm like, I already knew what would be like the issue, and and what I need to do. This is not my first rodeo. This is not my first game update, but it was like this one was supposed to be like very risky because it was like it had like a lot of areas touching, So I was like a lot of like the community was like worried for a good like for good reason, So I decided to boot up The Sims, boot up my Steam in online mode after like a week of not having them in online mode, where I was waiting for some mods to updating, where I was like, also I was feeling fatigued because it feels like I just recently updated the mods, like get off me, I don't want to do this like again in such a short amount of time. So naturally I was like feeling not up to playing the game like altogether. But I know I needed my screenshots, so I was like, well, damn be me. So so I booted up the Steam in my in the online mode, let the game updating, checking if everything works, closing it, opening it again, checking if all my mods and custom content works, entering the save, taking pictures, and leaving. And this is all I did on Sunday. Saturday or Sunday, during the weekend day, basically. So I thought that, okay, nothing will stop me from getting paralyzed on Monday because the update was already like, because the update was already like done and dusted. Also, I thought, because I opened, not only I had to wait till I get home, like the Paralyzed premiered at 4 p.m. And I was like, damn, 4 p.m. is when my shift ends. And I only have phone, on me. And not my laptop or anything else. And I was like, damn, I need to wait an hour for that. So I come back home, come back home, boot the computer, go to Steam, get paralyzed, and then I had to walk my dog, and then I had a tutoring session, so I had to aid the kid that I'm teaching and helping with math and physics. So I was like, it was still like some time waiting, for this. But okay, everything is done and dusted. I come back, and guess what? There was an update in queue for The Sims 4, and I'm like, what for? I just updated you on the weekend, and now you're stopping me from getting Paralyzed installed? Like, bruh. Like, no, I was like, not happy about this, and yeah, suddenly all my games on Steam required, updating. I don't know why. I absolutely don't know why. So yeah. But I have Paralyzed. I have acquired Paralyzed, and I played it yesterday for 3 hours. Till I had to go to bed, pretty much. And oh my god, I am right now. I only went to the empty town, so to have just the empty lot to build. So I wanted to check the building first, and then I went to Paramaker to save, to make self para, and save it to the library for the stream, because I will be streaming Paralyzed on Thursday, and it will be my first time actually playing in the live mode, and not having playing in the live mode and not in the build mode or in the Paramaker. So yeah, so I am really building off the grid is something else. It's absolutely something else. I tried to recreate a floor plan that I had, the floor plan of my flat, and in the Sims 4 or in the Sims 2, 3, it was harder because of the grid system. And some of the nooks and crannies in my flat, they are less than this 80-90 centimeters that is in the grid. So I'm like, so yeah, so I was very waiting, but oh my god, building stuff off the grid without the use of the grid is surprisingly hard. The amount of fiddling I had to do in order to press Alt and press Alt and check if there is a right angle between walls and if the room built properly. I was fiddling so much, and and yeah, but and I have not even started like furnishing the house. So I have one safe with empty lot, which is like my para and my house, and there will be a new save when where I will be playing on Thursday. Halo? Mówi Hebel Jadwiga! Stójka się pali! Oh, 6, 7 subscribers! Let's go! Oh my god, like it's... I will not get... Like, please, hello Mr. Limbe, by the way. I don't want to get into the rant of why am I, like, not, like, why my channel is not growing, what am I doing wrong, why after 8 years of streaming I am like still like having less than this amount of subscribers. I don't want to go into this right now because I know that this usually angers people. Like some people think like this is like not a valid thing to be angry about, and yeah. So so I will shut up. Nobody wants to hear me complaining about the same thing for the for the 100th time. Unless it's me complaining about The Sims 4, which we can which we can always like complain about The Sims 4 on this stream. Okay, but yeah. But yeah. So I was going into the paramaker. I got some bugs. Like I was not like I am not entirely happy with my para. With how my para looks like, but you know, and I think I encountered a bug when some of the sliders were not loading. So, for example, I was clicking, you know, on the cheek, and the eye slider was still like present, or when I was clicking a different body part and the corresponding sliders were not appearing. So I could not fiddle with it enough, but I know there are cheats to bring back to the full edit mode in the paramaker to fully edit the household, so I will be using this. Using this possibly tomorrow, because today I won't have time to actually boot up paramaker today. Or like, you know, to boot the game today to just like fiddle with my para. But oh my god, I have I have shared on Titar's Discord server and on Szczęśliwy Ziemniak's Discord server some of the screenshots, you know, from my 3 hours of gameplay. And build mode, the ability to scale everything and actually scale everything, like even if there is like no scaling toggle, and I will show it on stream, you can actually like scale everything with the advanced scaling options, which is like super cool, like really cool. The only like time I've seen this type of like scaling and rotation, you know, the 3-axis scaling and rotation gyroscope stuff, gyroscope thing. I only see this in like 3D modeling software. So yeah, let me like quickly, because let me quickly gather the screenshots. Do I have them saved? I don't think I have them saved on my computer, but I will put it. I will quickly browse the thread and be like, yo. Not in the WebP format. Oh my god. But there is one screenshot in particular, and one of mods on the Discord was like super. I actually want tomorrow to, you know, to make the make a thumbnail for the stream. Like, yeah, let me show you some of the pictures. Oh my god, will it be under latest Szczęśliwy Ziemniaks videos? But I will show you the screenshots. You will miss nothing. You will miss nothing. And oh, speaking of Titars, Discord. If you ask on Titar stream will be today, starting in around 15 minutes. The mods for sure will paste the invite link for the server, so we can go in. So yeah, this for sure. For Szczęśliwy Ziemniaks, I think her server is like more close-knit, and I don't know if there are like any active invites right now. So yeah. But for Titars, for sure there will be like an active invite. Some of the mod team, someone from the mod team will fix it if if you mention Discord, Titars Discord. So yeah. Let me. Okay. Will it be? Oops. Oh, okay. It will boot up well. Okay. So, welcome to my Explorer. To my Explorer. Yeah. So I was playing a little bit. First, I started building. So this is what I have based on the floor plan I have, and I put already some furniture that I know that for sure I need. By the way, I think the setup of the build mode, of the buy mode, I think it's really pleasant. Tytar. 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 Jakby się pisało Tytar. Tak. So yeah. So I like the way the items are like separated into categories and subcategories, and both by room and by function. This is nice. I have not fiddled with the terrain tools yet, and I tried to build a roof. It was hard. Okay, it was hard, even with, well, I am fine with building roofs on my own without like the use of without auto roofing options, because auto roofing option is not yet in the game. But I was like fiddling with the build mode, and yeah, look at this. 3-axis transformation. And you can actually, because usually this dishwasher is not it's not transformable. It has no scaling icon for like scaling it up and down in all 3 axes. But once you toggle the special like axis modification, like you can make it wide. You can make it so wide, so long, like beyond like any like logic, and it's good. It's good because it's freedom. And in some cases, in case of, for example, bookcases, you can scale bookcases, but if they scale up, just like if they scale on the all axis at the same time, it's not good. So sometimes, depending on your needs. So if you need like a bookcase that is only wide or bookcase that is very high, you toggle this. So then I went to Paramaker, and by the way, posture slider. Hello. Finally, I can make like someone with back as crooked as me IRL, and body same as me IRL. So I created like, this is very this was very quick. Like, I did not wanted to dwell after building like for so long. I did not wanted to dwell too much, so I quickly fixed up my self para. You know, so yeah, this is how she looks like. These are the only curly hair right now in existence. I wish my hair was as voluminous IRL, but you know, you do what you you have what you are. You know, you have what you know. You work with what you have. You know. So yeah, so there are like none of my piercings are here, none of my you know necklaces or anything like this. So it is very like I wanted to learn some basics and fix my character ASAP. I will work on this more tomorrow for, you know, to make a proper thumbnail, to have a proper like pictures for thumbnail. So yeah, and I also took this screenshot, and yeah, my para is very inspired, as one of my as one of the mods pointed out, and I think this is such a meme face. I want to make a thumbnail to make it large, like large to the whole, like to have. Wait, let me open it. Oh, to have it large, but at the same time have it like at lower transparency, and at the same time, like for example, put a picture of the house, and then on top this picture, and then be like, I look so my character looks so concerned, and yes, the pixelization is a look. I look so concerned to see like the F the F did I build? The F did I build? And make it like huh huh yeah, so this is like the idea for a thumbnail. Pretty much. Babciu, ty znów z tym pasztetem. My grandma's plate is good. So shut up. Yeah. But the possibilities are really big. I see a lot of potential, and you know, from the best OC mom standpoint, I cannot wait to actually like delve into the game and for the month straight recreate my OCs. I already have on my not my web, but on the webcomic server that I'm in, I already see one person making their OCs in Paralives. And it looks so good and true to their vibe. And I think with the art style, because I like the art style of the characters, I think my characters will look so good in this art style. Much better than in The Sims 4. And I am like, I'm figuring out the way how to make it so I can open the picture of my OC and overlay it on top of the game, or at least like open the OBS and overlay it in OBS so I can see like exactly the facial proportions they have to have. And I want to see how well it will look if I translate the characters' proportions one-to-one to the game. As much as it is possible, of course, the sliders have its limits. I wonder if there will be like a cheat or a mod to not have limits, a slider hack like in The Sims 3. I think it would be so hilarious. But I was waiting. I was waiting so long. I was waiting so long for this game. Like I am like really like believing in in the potential of this game, and Full transparency, I am not paid by anyone. I paid for the early access with my own money. So, like everybody else on Monday. So, yesterday. So, yeah. Valid. You know what? Valid. I wish I could. I want to learn how to model in Blender because then I can export the 3D models to Clip Studio Paint and also like post them whatever I want. And it is especially important with hair for me because some of my characters have very complex hairstyles and I don't know how they look like at different angles. Like it's hard sometimes to figure out how their hairstyles look like at different angles. And I'm not talking like, oh, just like the full turnaround. No, I'm talking like from below, from the top and angles, this stuff. So I want to learn how to 3D model. This is one of the things, one of the skills that I want to acquire. Uh, just like in general, but yeah, when it will happen, I don't know. But I applaud everybody uh, who is actually like even low poly also like takes skill. Low poly also takes some skill. So yeah. So there are a couple of things that I need to do before the end of the month, and one of them is I want to make a sculpture and finish it, bake it, like paint over it and finish it till the end of the month because by the end of the month I need to prepare a package and send it over. And then I also want to finish this picture, the picture that I'm doing right now. And in everything, although I doubt, wait, on okay, tomorrow I'm doing fixing my para and making a thumbnail. Maybe I will squeeze something in. On Thursday I am doing stream, but maybe I will be able to do something before the stream. On Friday I have relatively free day. And then on the weekend. So maybe I will fit in hopefully I will fit in, whatever I had in plans for today, for the rest of the May. Also of the stream, I finished a couple of artworks. I inked a couple of sketches and marked them as completed in my spreadsheet. And I noticed that in my spreadsheet of my finished art, I already surpassed 1,300 rows, which is crazy. And this is like the artwork that I'm counting since 2015, when I came back to art like more seriously. So yeah, so not accounting everything like I did beforehand. Since childhood, because a lot of these things are missing and I don't want to have like incomplete data in my spreadsheet. Wait, let me see. hard for me to grasp where the elbow ends, or rather how the elbow ends. So yeah, but I am right now in the mood of making like things related to my characters, you know. Like I opened up the Sims 4 because I wanted to take screenshots for the next comic page, you know, meaning that I feel like I am like getting motivated to do comic. Okay, most of it will be hidden by her anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. But Addie has pierced ears, so maybe she will have like one of the hooks, you know. Some edgy people would have like safety pins, and I think Mermaid Addie would wear like a fishing hook as an earring. To the Titans Discord. I mean, Titan should be live like any minute now, so you can go and ask in the chat. I think I will like do the because sometimes these smaller details I like to make like with a stroke, and I think it will look better with it. Yeah, like usually if you mention like the Discord invite on Title's chat, there will be, and you know, if you even say that you're from me, someone will generate one for you. And if you ask Nina, what are those like strange lines you're drawing here? I'm drawing gills, okay? My mermaids have gills, okay? Okay. As well as like regular, like, as well as regular, a regular what's Nina? Lungs, yes. Okay, so here I also want to like have like a couple of like maybe a braided bracelet. Something Eddie would absolutely like salvage and you know, and use. So yeah, I need to remember about the, on this hand there will be her wrong layer, her regular like beads and seashells bracelet. There is also one bracelet where Addie is wearing a pearl. You know, threaded through leather straps. There's still something missing on this hand. Maybe a thicker bracelet this time. This time, but I will ink like this. And I think Addie will absolutely like do something with her hair, even if she won't be able like to dye them. I think she will be making something. I think she will be making something like, you know, braiding in some stuff. So I'm thinking one strand with like some beads on, one strand with maybe some kind of seaweed on, you know, something absolutely unnecessary, but something that, given the character and given the resources, that she would something do. Woo! I mean, well, I don't know. Well, first off, what is your budget, and how well are you in like eye to hand coordination? Because I use this is Huion Q11K. This is like very old model. Like this model, I bought this in 2018 or 19. I think in 2019. It costed back then around, well, slightly less than 400 zlotys. And yeah, it is a screenless tablet. You know, being that this tablet being from 2009 and being screenless and also not being like the most expensive from the whole Huion roster. You know, it has like enough like sensitivity points and stuff. It was enough for me. When I was like looking for a tablet, I know that I don't want the Wacom or Wacom Bamboo, because for the same price, this has A4 working surface. Okay, A4 working surface. So I bought mine on Allegro from the company's official account, because I've checked this. I have not bought mine used. It depends. It depends, you know, how much the screen is scratched, if there are any scratches, if the person using it still has like stylus, because the stylus might be missing, if they have still like the the replacement nibs, you know, and like accessories that came with it. And I would say it also depends because like I personally would buy a Huion again because I already like know the brand, and I know I wanted, like, because of my experience, I know I wanted a screenless tablet. So for me it was the difference between, it was like a choice between Huion or Wacom. And Wacom, for the same price of having A4 of the working space, Wacom sells A6. This is 1/4 of the space you get here. 1/6 of the same for the same price from Wacom. And when I saw this, I was like, nah. I know that, back then, like, Huion was not as popular. Like, it was like a competitor to Wacom, but it wasn't as popular as Wacom. But you know, I wanted to be like a little bit budget friendly, you know, and decided to actually buy Huion, and I am like happy with my purchase, and yeah. But yeah, I have not bought any tablet of mine. I have not bought used. So I have no experience in this. Yeah. So I am not able to aid you with it if, like, when someone is selling on Allegro, on Vinted, or on OLX, and you know, they are. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I could be more helpful, but I have absolutely like no experience with this, with buying used electronics. All the accessories, which is the stand for the stylus, the cable to charge the stylus itself, the nibs. Actually, the nibs are hidden inside. The nibs are actually hidden inside the stylus holder. All of this was together because I bought this new. So the cable connect. Okay, so this tablet has two modes. It has wired mode and wireless mode. So, you know, you can put like a Bluetooth dongle instead of a wire. I prefer it being wired because Bluetooth absolutely infuriates me. You know, I need precision, and for me, like, I don't mind being mine wired. So I have a tablet itself, stylus holder with replacement nibs, a Bluetooth dongle, Bluetooth transmitter, the cable to charge the stylus, the cable to connect the tablet to the computer if you're not using a Bluetooth version, and a box, an instruction. And it was, I don't know if I got the CD, I don't think so. So yeah, the drivers are like you can download from the site, from the producer's site. The only thing I bought for this were a glove. This one costs like, it's not like the real Huion glove because I wanted a purple and not black one. But this one costs on Allegro, it's very, very cheaply. Back in 2019, it costed around 15 zlotys. I bet you can find it even cheaper right now. Like this is like a no-brainer. This is like a polyester or like other like material. So yeah, it comes in various sizes and in various colors. Black is usually like the main color for those, and usually the color of, you can buy them from the producer's side as well as an accessory, but it costs 4 times as much as I paid for this. So this is the one thing I bought. The other thing I bought is the etui, is the case, because sometimes when you know, when I need to have a free space on my desk, um, I need to, you know, unplug the tablet and stash it away. So I bought, this is, I think I bought this new, but this is a regular laptop case for 17-inch laptops. And, you know, I just bought this before because it fits. 17 inches fits. 70, like cases for 17 inches laptops work well for my tablet. So this is why I bought this. So these are the only accessories I bought, you know. Of course, if you also want to buy, you know, some wipes or something, I don't use any, like I use regular glass wipes for my tablet. You know, the one that you would usually use for your screen. So yeah, so for like care and maintenance. And this is all. So I think everything together with the etui tablet and glove would like, I would pay like 400 zlotys back in 2019, of course, mind you. So the pricing for this particular model, because this is kind of old model, and just the prices in general might change. Last time I checked, like this particular model was holding its price, but I also checked it like a couple years ago. So, so yeah. So yeah, so I can say that this is that this is again Huion Q11K. And it's working just fine, and it's of course hashtag not sponsored, hashtag not affiliated, hashtag I bought this with my own then money. Mm, some people could swear by buying like old iPads with an Apple Pencil and using Procreate, but I've never tried this. I've never tried this, and some people suggest that because like if you want a tablet with a screen and not a screenless like me, the price goes a lot higher. And if you want, and some people suggest like actually buying like a used iPad, buying Apple Pencil for that, and then like paying for Procreate for like slightly cheaper alternative for mobile, for very like mobile people, because usually like these tablets are very big and they are like not mobile friendly, and there are separate tablets for drawing that are mobile friendly. So they suggest like using like all iPads. I have not like used it myself, because when I'm going mobile, I usually would like pick my sketchbook or something like this. Uh, it is tempting though, but when I checked how much money there is like for like the lowest even used iPad uh, here in Poland, I was like, oof, oof, you know. So, so it depends with a model, and definitely like better if you can find someone who is selling this tablet and it's like from your city or from your like nearby, where you can like go and in person see if there are like any scratches, or if it's like working, or if you can ask the person to connect to the computer uh, and show how to you know how to operate, how to how to plug it, how it works with their computer, like then it is slightly safer bet for me than buying like uh yeah, slightly safer bet, you know. So yeah. But yeah, again, this is also something that you need to ask yourself, because the screenless tablets take some time to get used to, because you're not like looking, like the way you're looking at what you're drawing is by looking, you know, on the screen and not on your hands. So it's pretty much as if you're like typing without looking, which is something that I cannot do, or when you're like playing games without looking at the keyboard, you know. So it takes some time to get used to and some time of training. Like, again, I am using screenless tablets since I was like 10. I wasn't always drawing, but I had like a screenless tablet because was the only thing that was available like back in 2004, you know. And I was absolutely like, I learned how to do this, and you know, got used to it so much that I decided when buying a proper tablet, you know, in 2019 to go back to digital art. I decided, you know what, I remember how to do this. I also had like a pentagram tablet. I don't recommend pentagram tablets. I had I was fiddling with it so much, I don't recommend them. So yeah, but I had it for some time in between middle school and high school. But yeah, but it was a pain for me to use. So yeah. You know, and which kind of sucks because pentagram I think was like the main the main like company you know, producing tablets like back in the early 2000s. Wacom was only like Wacom was the next one. I don't like this strand of hair. I need to Okay, slightly better. Okay, her tattoo will be will be done on a different layer, so I can I will have this, the pattern, the shape be like irregular and asymmetrical to show that it was damaged in not like symmetrical way. But yeah, coloring these two will be fun. Because of all the scales and like the transparency effects, and then adding like the multiply layer to make them actually appear in the appear as, you know, appear as if they are like really underwater, you know. Because let me quickly demonstrate you. You have background and you have base colors for the characters. Let me quickly slap on some, you know. And by quickly, I mean really quickly. I still have not decided on the color of the tail, so I know it looks kind of creepy. Okay, slightly better. Okay. This is just for demonstration purposes. Like, imagine if you have characters and they are underwater, but their base colors are like left like this. You know? Like, this is not cool, you know? But you need to add a new layer, set it on multiply, and I will just pick up the color, like some blue color. Oops, wrong layer. Here. Oh, closer to the top will be slightly more blue, light blue. Closer to the bottom will be darker blue, and bam! Now I'm using because this is also for a giveaway contest that Sam is doing. Sam Be Stock, Sam Be Awesome on Blue Sky, and yeah, and this is her background, and she's like, "Hey, do art with the background," and I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, so I'm thinking to only adding character and maybe applying like some filters to the background, or maybe like adding where's soft light? Soft light, my beloved. I have a brush. I have a special brush for with scales, but I use them for scales, but in fact this is a brush for the ripple pattern on water, but let me find it first. Oh yeah, ripple pattern. So I have a brush. Okay, let me set it on normal first. So I have a brush for the ripple pattern, and I kind of want to, you know, overlay it onto the rocks and on some elements, and also then on the characters themselves, you know. To show that, yeah, to show that, yo, look, there is like some water in there. Like, hard light. Okay. Of course, it will be like slightly better. Like right now, I'm like absolutely half-assing this, you know. And then another layer of soft light, maybe slightly more blue, and go like bam, you know. You know, something like this to actually like make it more transformative. Although I was like pretty fine, I am like pretty fine for this particular picture to actually use uh, the photo as is. And you know, the creator of the stock, Sam, allows this. So yeah. So yeah, so look, just putting some blues and some greens. Let me show you just how without this, I just slapped this color on. But when I clip them and set on multiply, it changes everything. Okay? So this is like the plan to approach the coloring. To just give and change the mood of the picture and marry the foreground to the background by slapping on some multiply. So yeah. So yeah. Let me finish inking. Also, I think what will also help. Now, this is something that I like about like Mermaid's aesthetic and stuff. I like that. Let me put it on lighten. Okay, bring back these abysmal base layers. What I like about this is that I can color the line art, and I like when parts of the fins are like transparent. So I want to like make some of the parts of the line art, you know, here, and here. I want to have them colored, and also possibly to have these fins actually not colored as a base color, but colored separately. Let me just, but colored separately, but in like to have like the gradient here, to go like almost transparent at the end. I think this will look absolutely neat. And also what I like to do to add even more like transparency and this like glass effect is by adding 50% of opacity in soft light mode, then take a very light gray or white and like putting this on translucent parts. And I think it sells like translucency. Like this is the trick I use when like I'm drawing characters with glasses and I tint the transparent parts a little bit with this white set on soft light to mimic like that there is supposed to be a transparent glass here, you know? So yeah. So this is what I will be doing. But first, okay, I finished inking. Now I need to do cleanup. Now I need to do cleanup because there are some elements that should not be, you know, peeking through. Like usually I don't care about them when inking. So right now during cleanup. So, you know, just checking which parts would overlap, which parts would not overlap, and yeah, take care of those. And yes, I know it looks strange, but no, it doesn't look strange. She's a mermaid. Yeah, she's a mermaid. It doesn't look strange that she's smooth as Barbie doll. It is the, you know, it is the reason. This is the way. Cleanup complete. My god, it was the fastest cleanup I have ever done. Okay, so let me disable the background because I will show you how I quickly do the flat colors. So on a separate layer with only my line art layer on, I choose the enclose and fill subtool in the fill bucket main tool, and I made it refer to multiple layers. The only layer I have open is my line art layer, so I am selecting everything, bam, and letting it go. It requires some cleanup. For example, there are parts that I want. There is some negative space, for example, here. Oh, also, I realize that I have not like fully inked here because I had the this part on. So let me ink this. So everything will close properly and be colored properly. But this usually I will fill in by hand, and these small parts will also I will also erase by hand, but I use the refer to other layers bucket option to fill in the negative space and places and fill in the places where I don't need like as I stated, these fins will be colored separately as it is with this fin, so I will make it a stub pretty much for the main for these main color layers, and then I will do a separate layer for just the fins with its semi-transparency. Welcome back! Okay, this one I will leave since it's over the tail. Here there's a little bit of negative space around Nest's hair. And one stray line that I have not inked. Okay. Okay. So this is when I can start with base colors, with like proper filling in the base colors. I still have not decided on the colors of the fins or any like patterns on, not the fins, the tails, and patterns on both. So right now I know it looks so cursed to have absolutely flesh colored mermaid. Clip Studio Paint has a different format for saving brushes. It has a different format. I don't remember what is the format called. What is the extension? So I'm sorry, I won't help you. But yeah, it is different than the dot brush or dot bundle. It is different for sure. Oh, wait, this part I want to keep transparent. You know what? I need to quickly, just paint on a new layer with anything, because I fear that someone will effing hunt me for leaving them flesh toned, you know? Like right now, you can't even like draw fleshy mermaids anymore. Okay, these are just the colors, the censorship colors, you know. I I don't know what to tell you. What else to tell you? Wait, what I? Oh, this color. Oh, this is a nice color for the top. Of course, there are like some things that, you know, wrong color. Wait, no. Okay, so oh wait, yeah, it's because of this layer. Yes, I already have like all of the colors of the characters on my separate palette, separate custom made palette, and I remember exactly what is the order of the characters appearing in this, because I have 3 tones for eye color, 1 for hair, unless it's the character with multicolored hair, then hair color, skin color, and then again eye color, hair color, skin color for the next character. So I remember the order of the characters here in my palette. So for the recurring characters, like, you know, Addie, Nest, Damian, Felicia, Romek, Marie, and Bartek, I already have all the colors like prepared. Plus special colors like my color for shading, or colors from the cover, colors for the eye whites, colors for the highlights, colors for the, you know, any kind of bruises or eye bags, color for the blush, you know, stuff like this. Like I already have it saved in the special palette, and I remember like by heart which one is which. So yeah, you. So yeah. I am not sure about the color of the seaweed here. I kinda want to make it darker. But this is probably a little bit too dark. I will make it, oh yeah, desaturated. Slightly desaturated green, because mind you, everything will get a healthy dose of like blue on top of it, you know? And what I want to do, I also want to color in the line art of the gills. I think this would be a neat, like, a neat detail to have it colored. Just let me check the elements where there are like some color is filling or some color is like not fully not fully covered. I actually might try to mask the tail area, or at least the maximum extent where the tail and the scales would like be. You know, and experiment a little bit with the colors and patterns. Because for Addie, because I want to give Addie, you know, her freckles. So I think it would be neat if I extend these like spots and like irregular spots pattern down to her tail. Oh, time to drink? All right. Okay, so let me on the scale, on the tail pattern, on the tails, on the tail layer. Let me select the, let me select with the lasso tool the extent of where the tail would be and create a layer mask based on this selection. And now when I try anything, you know, on the tail, for example, if I want to add a special like textured brush, it won't go beyond my selected, you know. my selected, extent. I think I will use the droplet brush. This is called droplet, but I use it for like a lot of stuff, from leaves to petals. I think this would work great. And if okay, let me put the mask somewhere else. And when I, for example, filter blur, Gaussian blur it a little bit. And then maybe use it with a different blending mode on the brush. Add a little bit of tinier glistening scales. I think it would work, but this is experimentation for the future, Nina. Right now I will just use Ctrl-Z on this to be left with a clean slate and masked area. I will quickly mask off Nest's tail. So with the lasso tool, I will press Shift to add the selection. I will select this. Okay, so I need to do I need to do it? Okay, so I cannot do this, but I can do it differently. So with the mask selected, I can use white to put in where I want the selection. So it will need, so I can put in like by hand. But yeah, but it would require a little bit of precision, this method. Which one? Yeah. Oh my god, I am abused by this ad. By this particular one. With, the pirate concept. Yeah. So the full extent of Nest tail goes here. Yeah, I know it is a different color, switching it back. And full extent of Addie's tail is going here. Although I will make it maybe slightly lower. So I can use the transparency color to carve out the this is the biggest extent of the tail. I want to have like scales going like up to the waist with no like clean line, but this is only to mask off this area, these areas. Okay. Let me bring back the yeah. I mean, it will look good. It will look good. It will look fine. Of course, I will need to apply the multiply as well here, you know, but yeah, it will look fine. It will look good. Yeah. And with some, like, you know, lightning stuff, you know. Okay, let me save here because it's already 10 p.m. So yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. Next stream on Thursday, it will be Paralive stream. My first, well, maybe not the reaction because I was watching a lot of videos, but it will be my first experience in the live mode. So we'll start a fresh save and play and see what is happening, you know, what is this all about, you know. So yeah, so yeah, I will be heading to Titar's stream on YouTube, and I will be hanging out there for a moment before I, you know, before the stream ends, before I need to walk my dog and get to bed. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. I hope you will stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next stream. So goodbye.